We're going to talk about tonight's conversation. So Ace and others on tonight's conversation are crashing out. And none other than Keita decided to speak out. Here we go.
And welcome to episode 1 of Who the Fuck Did I Work For? So because I'm unemployed, this is my content now. So if you like content like this, like, share, subscribe. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that little bell notification. So this is the creator of the pod. This is Randy Rosario, Mike the Poet, Trip Fontaine, Fine Ass Keita Rose, and Mojo Gaja! A lot of you guys are like, well, I don't care about this bitch or that bitch. Where's my favorite? Oh, shit, there she go to your favorite. She be dropping them gems. This is Kitty Rose. She got Randy out quick, fast. She said, I want your spot. How can I manipulate everyone to get it? I'm going to detail that, though, in the following episodes. It's going to be like 500 episodes. Uh-oh, bonus feature. This guy says he used to be with Kitty, but that can't be true because it would have been around the time she was married, and she can't stand side bitches, and she can't stand cheating women. Ho, ho, the drama, the tea. Hope we all heal.
Dear fucking God, my head hurts.
Man, what's wrong with that heifer?
All right, Anton, what are your thoughts?
Well, come to me last.
Dang, so she kicked Randy off the show? I didn't even know Randy was a part of that show. I thought Randy just popped the fuck out of nowhere.
Q, I gotta make sure you. I don't know if anybody trying to imitate you.
I don't want her up here, man. It's so dumb. She's gonna stand in the back and
Oh
talk
no, that's
shit.
her. That's her. That's her.
Do I gotta come up?
Yes.
Nope. Yeah. What up, Q? You ain't got
all right. I'm not coming up then.
I came on here just for this.
we like you. I love my Q.
I seen you in the topic.
I don't.
I sent 2K the link too.
Dang, it's a full
Okay,
house
Q,
tonight.
go ahead first. Anton doesn't want to go first, so go ahead first, Q.
Oh, I'm gonna go first.
What's your thought?
So,
of course, Q's gonna go first.
AKA, what's that man name again? JR Jr. Derek Jackson Jr. That's what he's on. So honestly, TikTok filled me in because that's how I started following the mess, right? So Randy was kicked off first, and now Keita and dang,
Why
the
was
other
Randy
guy.
kicked off?
What?
Why was Randy kicked off? She talked too much.
No, I guess you know how they didn't really get into it. I guess a lot of drama happened, but what it came down to it is that I guess they didn't want Randy on the show no more, and they kind of threw her under the bus. And Keita fell out with Randy, but they back together. They figured out that it was one person making shit up. Kitty, it was a sex expert, and her videos are being leaked. So there's two girls, Keita and Kitty. Kitty is the girl that you just showed. Keita is the girl you just showed on Mika's. But on the end of the day, what it comes down is ego and money. You know, ego and money, which happens on different podcasts. You know, the one we used to be on, the shitty one. But
Man, fucking kids.
But you know what? Following this, like the drama, I'm like, dang, that is crazy. Like these girls, this guy fucking the girls on the panel. Oh.
But isn't that always the case though? Isn't that always the case, Q?
Is
like
it?
when you have a lot of them like that, it's always the case. What's up, 2K?
I think it's the case because a lot of these men that host these type of podcasts, they either never had money or never had attention.
Yeah, because they said the tours, I got filled in on TikTok as well. They said the tours were like crazy. 2K.
I can definitively say, well, I'm gonna wait. Go ahead.
I'll be honest. That shit came to Cleveland. That shit was whack as fuck.
What's your thoughts, 2K?
Well, I ain't gonna say all that because that show do got a legacy. Yeah, despite what we want to say, I do have to be objective about it. But I think the legacy is tarnished now because, and this was my whole problem with the show, because I felt like people was just saying stuff. So with that being said, all of these people on the show and they couldn't come up with a solution other than what they doing now. So it kind of showed me that these people was like who I thought they was the whole time and fraudulent. See, I get a lot of shit about me being me and just raw and just honest. But they'll come me, but these folks can't even handle a simple problem. I don't like how Keita handled the issue, because when she left out the door, she wanted to burn the building down like every other female. She showed her true colors. I think the person who I dislike the most on the show, which is the dude, I think he handled it the best by not saying nothing at all.
You talking about Trip?
Nah, I like Trip.
That is Trip you're talking about.
No.
He's talking about Ace Metaphor.
Ace, yeah. Trip left the show.
Yeah, Trip
Ace,
dumb.
I think Ace doing the best thing right now by not saying that, because everybody else is coming off as fake. Because y'all supposed to be.
Didn't they say they had NDAs, so that's why they couldn't talk?
Yeah, some of them couldn't talk, but then Keita found out that she never signed the NDA, so that's why she's talking. But let's just be honest. So Ace, what I've realized when it comes to men like him, they can't talk because they can't talk. Ain't nothing to talk about.
He'll panda bear too.
Because he's a Derek Jackson Jr.
Yeah.
So it's like, what can he talk about? He can't go battle Randy and Keita if they're talking the truth. So the best thing he can do is shut up.
The person who they saying started it, Kitty, it's crazy because I came in the game with Kitty. So me and Kitty got a bunch of episodes with each other.
Regarding what?
Like podcast. We got a bunch of episodes.
No. What was she talking about? Because on her TikTok, she's talking about God this and God that and crying to God and
that wasn't her. Like
what's that one you just put in there?
She was a sex.
That was like sex or something. Yeah.
She was a sex therapist. That was literally what she talked about. But she had the knowledge of like what she's speaking on now. She had the knowledge, but her specialty was a sex therapist.
So she started in the game as a sex therapist, wearing lingerie, had a guy in the video. Yeah. And then she made it to tonight's conversation, and well, she has multiple baby daddies. That was exposed by Keita on one of her lives. She was married and cheated a couple times. So now she's all godly. So
that ain't just accurate. I mean, I see. I know
she doesn't have multiple baby daddies.
Yeah, she do, but
she has like 6 kids, right?
Okay. Now, hold on, now, Q. Because when do y'all allow this woman to be a changed woman?
What?
Yes. Okay. If she came in the game as such, and now she has grown as a woman, when do you guys let Detroit Red become Malcolm X?
I just don't. If that's the case, then she shouldn't be talking shit about women on her panels like she used to be one. She was that woman she talks about on those shows. That's like me if I was a stripper and me down in strippers when I was a stripper in my past. Make that make sense.
I can.
No. Well, see, the bigger problem was Homeboy constantly pussy pandering every show, and all he doing is
that's what makes the money though.
More women.
That's what makes the money.
More women.
It makes the money, but it's not authentic. It's to me,
it's fake as fuck.
That's my whole problem with the show.
But they know he's.
No, they don't.
No, women are dumb.
They don't. They was coming back first.
How did Derek Jackson get so many followers if women know that it's fake?
Because women don't know. Women like to listen to people that agree with them. Women are delusional, so they're gonna listen.
He sounds dumb.
No. He does sound dumb because when you don't believe the shit. Because I can tell he was a Derek Jackson. I can tell he's telling women what they want to hear because their audience is probably predominantly women.
Right.
So women are going to pay for them tickets. Women are going to spend the money to listen to the delusion because it agrees with their rhetoric.
And what they like to do is they like to take their husband because they know this for to be an echo chamber of what go on in her head. So they in there confusing niggas too.
Man, I was sitting in that audience. What the fuck is going on?
I don't think any of this is relevant. What y'all talking
So
about?
what's your thoughts then, Anton?
I think it just has everything. It always comes back down to the money.
Mm-hmm.
It all comes back down to the money. And if people is not getting what they think that they should have got, and listen, I don't know no inside information. I don't talk to nobody about it. Um, I ain't got none of that. The only thing that I ever said to anybody that's a part of any of it is I kicked it with Randy and I said, "Hey, stay out of that shit. Focus on what you got going on, um, and focus on running it up. Let's stay tunnel vision, and let's not get involved in the bullshit." So that's the only thing that I could say definitively that I said. Outside of that, in my opinion, I believe that it always comes back down to the money.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, regardless of how you feel, people is gonna be rocking with whatever it is that they rock with until the money start getting funny.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody has told me that they money whatever, but that seems to be the common theme is when motherfuckers is not paying or people, you know what I'm saying, missing checks or whatever, or you know what I'm saying. That is the common thing. And so I just think that when you do good business, doing good business, covers a lot of things. If you can do two things as a leader, and this is one of the reasons why I never ever have any problems with anybody that I've ever partnered with. I don't even say work for me because I don't consider y'all working for me. I consider y'all my partners. I consider y'all my friends. And so we all gonna get money and we all gonna bust down bags together. The common theme amongst all of us, for example, is the fact that not one person, not Mika, not Carrie, not Quentin, not 2K, not Molly, not Slimmy, and not Q. Not one of y'all have ever asked me for one dime.
Well, I asked you for $2 the other day.
None of y'all have ever asked me for a dime. However, all of y'all have showed up. All of y'all continue to rock with me. All of y'all have been consistent. And so the one thing that I pride myself on is making sure that y'all don't ever have to ask me for a dime. You see what I'm saying? So number one, dig discipline. I don't fuck with people. You know what I'm saying? I don't go and Q could tell you, me and Q have stayed at countless Airbnbs together, all of that shit. We don't fuck around. Straight up, that's just the facts. You know what I'm saying? I've never ever approached anybody on some scumbag shit. That's A. So if you can keep your dick in your pants, whether when you got power, people will be loyal to you. That's number one. And then you make sure you look out for people when you take care of them. When you win, everybody win. And you ain't gonna have that problem. You just don't have those type of problems. So usually when you see some shit like this fall out, it's one, two, or both. Somebody fucking somebody they're not supposed to, and the money is fucked up. That's always gonna be the common denominator. That's gonna get motherfuckers getting a disgruntled, talking, running it, all of that shit, and you just get out of there. If you can control and not have a desire for the people that you fucking work with, but can value them differently, and then on top of that, make sure that you do people right, you're not gonna have these type of problems. You're just not. And so, a lot of times people are not ready for the success. They may have a good product, they may have a great show, they may have a great concept, they may have great cards, but if they're not ready for the success, and this is why I tell people on a regular basis, pray for character, because character is going to keep you in a place that your talent is going to take you. If you're not used to money, if you don't know how to do business good, and if you don't have big discipline to where you ain't fucking everybody, you will be okay.
Every time.
But the minute that you start fucking up on that front, you can guarantee everything is going to go down the drain. You're not going to be able to keep the crew together. Somebody going to get disgruntled. Somebody going to want to out somebody, and it's going to go left from there.
And we probably shouldn't do that house thing if that's the case.
I don't think Randy gonna listen, Anton, to that advice.
Well, I can't control grown folks.
No,
One
she
thing I
went
was
live
telling
today.
Rita, that's what I'm saying.
Huh?
I can't control what grown folks do. Grown folks gonna do what grown folks do.
She was on what?
I told Rita today, or not today, the other day. I said, listen, I'm gonna say it once, and then I'm gonna leave it where it is, and everybody gonna do what they want to do. And I can't control grown folks. The only thing I'm gonna focus on is what I'm doing, and I'm gonna run it up on this front. And I can't give no energy to what everybody else is talking about. And that's it. I ain't focused on what nobody else got going on.
Mm-hmm.
You facts, girl.
Oh, she could do it. She could do whatever she want to do. She a grown woman. I ain't in charge of her. And you know, everybody on this panel, including you, Q, know that I don't tell nobody what to do. I give
Yeah.
free reign for people to have freedom to do what they want to do, and you just deal with whatever comes with it.
Yeah, it's tough. I just hate how like when some like because it's essentially a good thing because conversations get had. Although I don't like the conversations, they get had, so it's a good thing. I don't like how when somebody leave the house, they burn it down.
It should burn down.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't burn down what somebody else built. You burn down what you built.
Mm.
Well, you can't really burn.
Well,
if they fuck you over, you gotta.
if she helped built it, she needed. I think she helped built it. She was there from the beginning, right? So
Yeah,
I mean, granted, I do
Anton,
get what you're saying. Oh my God, go ahead,
you
Mika.
want me to play part 2?
Oh shit, this ain't it.
No, it's more.
Hold on.
This shit about to get juicy.
It's multiple
Part
more.
2.
When Mojo Jojo hired me, he said that we were going to make a lot of money because he had done a lot of shows. This wasn't his first show. This was my first tour, but not his. He used to be on tour with, who's that? Apparently it started out a card game, but then they like moved it to making content and then moved it on the road. I don't know. So one of the products sold on tour that made the tour and made him so lucrative is his card game. But word on the curb, allegedly is this was not his idea. A little birdie told me that the card game was his idea, but he just didn't know how to market it right. Good thing Mojo Jojo is a master marketer. Ooh.
I have no clue what any of that was about.
So is there? You didn't see Derek Jackson?
I saw that, but I don't get what the point of that was.
Basically, that's how he started off. So his mentor is kind of Derek Jackson, and you know how Derek Jackson is. So it's the fact that people prior to that video, they were calling him Derek. Ace was like Derek Jackson, telling women what they want to hear, telling them he's this stand-up guy, but behind doors, he's not. And I mean, to me, it's fake. But how many?
How do we know? Hold on. Here's the question though. How do we know that they telling the truth or they're not just speaking out of bitterness?
Oh, they've been posting receipts.
Looking at it from all sides. How do we know that they just not mad?
Okay, I got a lot of inside sources over there, bro. It's the truth, but they've been new what's been going on. Minus the scandal that's with Kitty.
Minus.
But they've been new. They knew each other was lying. I wouldn't dare stand on the stage with Anton and lie, and he know I'm lying. That's my thing. Like I wouldn't.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think that nothing happens. I think the show goes on.
It will, because I know it's gonna go on. Because Ace ain't saying nothing. He
So you think, Anton and everybody, you think the show can last without Trip? Because Trip seems to be like the person that everybody likes.
Trip that guy.
You gotta
Listen,
find
man.
somebody that's better than Trip. You just gotta fill in what.
As much as he was the voice of reason on there, like even he had to have his moments where he was pandering at some point because that's what makes the show go on. That show ain't about to stop because he leave and some loudmouth girl that's a comedian leave. That dude gonna keep on pandering and the women gonna keep on showing up because that's what they're there for. I didn't see but like 100 dudes maybe when they came to Cleveland. I don't even think it was 100 dudes. There wasn't no dudes in the crowd. They don't give a fuck about that shit. It's all fucking women. They're going to keep coming because that dude is gonna keep on pandering. He probably gonna find some other niggas to come up there and pander, and they gonna keep winning and running it up. That show ain't about to stop.
I think that it either can excel or it's gonna crash. If you don't find the right person to fill in those people's shoes, there it's gonna crash. Prime example, the podcast that Anton left crashed because they could not find somebody that could fit his shoes.
No, but see, the problem.
That's not really a hot take.
Everybody
Like
said
you're
on
selling you
No, no,
crap.
no.
No,
So
no.
let me tell you.
Am I wrong?
Why. Nope. Yep, you're wrong. Let me tell you why. Is because he was never the mastermind of putting that thing together in the first place. It was just a presentation layer.
As I said, they couldn't find another you because
But
he wasn't the
they
mastermind.
never put it together. The point is that the ace dude is the one that put it together.
here.
Did
You see what I'm
but
saying? I was
but
the one
he
that put
didn't
it together the same way that I put together all of the rest of this
but
stuff.
he didn't make that show though. You have to have key people to make that show.
If
Trip and Keita were very popular. Like those were the main popular people on that
How
show.
did they get popular?
They were popular because of him. But let's say, Anton, if they don't have a Trip and Keita anymore and it's boring ass people, you think people are going to be invested to pay
Oh,
$300 for a ticket to come to that show?
let me tell you something about making people. Q, you can make another one. A lot of people don't got the power to make people or see people for what they is.
Mm-hmm.
If he did that right that many times, he can do it again.
Why you say that many times?
Because it's more than just two characters on the show that's known and that's outstanding.
That's true.
So he put these conglomerate of people together, and then like when somebody leave here, replace them with somebody, so you ain't even know that they was gone. So the nigga got an eye for talent.
I don't know. You know what? It's hard for me to. I'm speaking about it objectively because I've never watched the show. Right?
Me either. I have no clue
Never
what y'all
been to
talking
the
about.
show. I've never watched the show, so I'm looking at it from the outside in, and I'm just looking at it from a business perspective. Right? I don't know this Trip dude. I don't know hardly any of them. The only reason I know Randy is because we both from Detroit and we just connected and we just linked up. And then I found out she was previously on that show. So I don't know anything about the show. I'm speaking about it objectively. Now, if y'all saying that the show was only going because of those people, then that's another conversation that could possibly be had.
So-
but just from a business perspective, if you good enough, you can create a brand that if you're good enough, you can create a brand that the brand is a standalone and it's not necessarily independent on one person to survive.
Yeah, but you have to have key players. Keita already was doing her own thing prior. She already had a following. She had a big ass following.
Keita is, to me, she.
But one of the things I think that he does is he looks for other people that have big followings
Exactly.
that promote the show, and that is one of the ways in which the show goes. If he can find talent that other people that could speak to it and can continue to nurture the brand. I mean, you listen, the brand might just crash the fuck out, and I wouldn't give a fuck anyway because we gonna still do what we do.
Well,
But
listen, my sources are telling me that that Keita is being replaced
by B. Simone.
B. Simone.
Uh-huh.
And if I'm Ace, I'm replacing Trip with MTR.
I don't think MTR would go to that. I don't think MTR would do that.
If the bag right?
No, I don't think so.
He out the way.
MTR is a solo type.
That
He
nigga
doesn't
is
do
out the
panels.
way.
Hey, you got to go at LeBron with the bag right now.
You think MTR is gonna?
What's his name been up there? What's his name was up there?
Who?
Cooley.
His best friend Cooley.
They be getting people to go up there. They be getting people.
When you so petty.
No, they get, but I'm saying they get people to go up there. They get people to go up there. So
but I mean, think about it, y'all. Think about this right now. They got more visibility. If he can capitalize off of all of this visibility right now, he can figure it out. If he know what he's doing, if he's smart, he'll know how to pivot through this. But if he's not, this is his make or break moment. If he can make it through this shit, if he can make it through this shit, then he'll never ever get canceled.
Because
That's
like
what I
them
said.
them fighting like now, they're gonna have people like me that don't give a fuck about them, want to know what they fighting about.
Like,
Yeah,
if I,
but
I never would have ever talked about tonight's conversation ever. But I'm
Yeah.
like, damn. I told Mika, I said, damn, we got to talk about it.
We
'cause
got to
ain't
get
no
a
way we gonna
scandal.
do it. Yeah.
well, as I said, it could
Say I
either
tried to
really
touch
go
somebody's booty and I got slapped, and it's a wrap, nigga. It's gonna
as
go
you
up from
should.
there.
As I said, it could either really go really good or really bad. He finds people to fill in the block. Dr. Cheyenne, when she went viral regarding Cam Newton's interview, he added her on there.
Facts.
So it's a player game. Now, as I said, if he can fill in those shoes and make it work, then it will excel. If he doesn't, then it will crash. That's
Bro, he got to go get MTR that blank check and slide it.
MTR is not gonna do that. MTR don't do panels.
MTR is not the type of person that that speaks to that demographic of audience.
Well, see, that's the thing.
And he don't
really
and
is
MTR
playing.
don't pander.
That's what I'm
and
saying.
that's the
MTR,
thing.
listen. MTR's audience is
It's
completely
men.
different than the audience that they market
Fucking
those
men.
tickets to.
Yeah, his
Yep.
audience is men. Their audience
That's
is
not a
women.
play.
Like that nigga was on the feds list for like manosphere.
MTR, that would be a downgrade if MTR would ever go on that show for him.
Yeah, oh
But
yeah, that's
yeah, but
Listen, if I'm me, if I'm him, I'm going back to the drawing board. I'm starting back small. I'm building it up, and I'm going city to city.
I was going to say that because it seemed, or even though everybody had their own platform together, it seemed like organic, like they came up together.
Yeah, they
I'm
just formed
they've
I'm
been
platforms.
on there
starting
for
back.
That's
years.
all it
If
is.
it's me, I'm going back to the mud, and I'm starting back out, and I'm gonna build that shit back up again. The one thing about listen, everybody is talking about it right now, so it's like, oh my god, they're gonna crash out. The one thing that I know for sure is that time heals all wounds. Eventually, there will be another story, and you get back to the mud, you get back to the grind, and you get back to hustling, and you build that shit up. If you persistent, if you vigilant, if you talented, and you know what you're doing, you can do it again.
I hope they crash though.
Nah, man, that shit ain't about to. That shit
you
ain't.
can't do
Stop.
that.
Why not?
That shit ain't about to stop, man.
Crown it down for OG.
That's how I would do it. I would get back to the mud, and I would be city to
Mm-mm.
city, state to state.
I don't like them.
So that's what they.
I don't like
I bet they get right back to that shit too.
Mm-mm.
I
I
don't
like
see
the
them
show, but I ain't
canceling
praying
no
to
dates.
downfall.
I'm not praying on
Canceling
it.
no dates.
I pray to different things, but I when the truth comes out, then I'm like, okay. And I'll be like, ooh, it's declining. That is for a reason. Karma's gonna find a way, somehow.
We don't
Right?
believe
Listen,
in
the one
karma
thing
over
about
here.
Q is that Q is unforgivable.
I'm not forgiving. And that guy just
Q
remind me
is
of JR. Like, oh, you doing the snake shit JR was doing? Not you
Go,
fucking
go,
the
go, go.
girls. Not you the money. Look,
Hey,
karma
I ain't gonna
always
lie.
gonna
When she
find a
said that
way.
shit about I can
When
count
she said
money on,
Mojo, I said, I'm not
Mojo
following my
Jojo.
girl.
I can count money on.
Mm-hmm.
But you
But
know,
that's what happened with those type of guys though. When they get money quick, they don't know how to deal with it. They get that they highlight the quick fame, and they think, "Ooh, let me do this. Let me mess with all these girls. Let me hold back the money I'm supposed to be giving." And your shit is gonna catch up to you sooner or later, right?
So
Mhm.
according to Keita, he also sells those cards. Now I know the cards.
yeah.
Up until I knew Randy, I knew nothing about the show. I
Mhm.
only knew the cards.
Yeah, they started off with the cards.
And I
Yeah,
The
got the
nigga
cards
card
send
on
came.
me a text
Amazon.
about them cards every motherfucking other week, man. I'm
Yeah,
tired of this.
the cards came first, and that's how they started to do the show.
So this
I
Yeah, I
nigga
hope
got the
Derek
card on
everybody.
Jackson
I
was
Amazon.
just
part of
hope
it.
everybody win, man.
This shit
I want
crazy.
everybody to win. I don't want nobody to lose no money. I hope everybody win, man.
No, I
Yeah,
hope people that's supposed to
I don't
win
see.
money win money.
I don't see no
That's what
problem with
I
that
hope
show
for.
stopping.
The
That show gonna keep on going.
the people that deserve it should win the money. The sneaky, grimy people, I'm sorry. No, they don't. They
How do
don't
you know
deserve to
who
win the money.
deserves it? How do you know who deserves it?
God is the only one that knows it.
Listen, man.
Y'all too nicey.
Oh shit.
This, this really got me to thinking, man. Because I've been the same animosity you feel, Q. I felt like that about Sierra, but I had to
Who?
Sierra.
Sierra who?
Future Sierra.
Okay.
Why?
Why?
You
Yeah.
dated her too?
No, who me?
Yeah.
No, but
Shit about to go to DV.
I felt like that. So, but I had to take a step back and really look at the role that Russell Wilson playing. He is her karma.
He's her fucking prince in shining
What?
armor. What are you talking
He
about?
her karma. Think about it, Q. Every time she drop a new single, this nigga get her pregnant.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Nigga, like they have a beautiful love. Like, why you gotta do this to people?
Being pregnant not 10 months out the year.
Nigga, they have a beautiful, loving family. Why you gotta fuck shit
How
up?
old is Russell Wilson?